Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Watch Your Thrones video. And today I'm not alone. I'm joined by Fastidious again. And he's on my account. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, I'm back on your account. I think it was exactly 3 weeks ago. We said we'd check in on day 100. And I think it's just about day 100 for you, right?
Yeah, I think it's one day after because we couldn't quite match it yesterday. But since yesterday till today, I didn't do anything else. So for those of you that do not know what I'm talking about, go and check our previous collab. I'm going to link it in the description and pinned comment. I'm also going to put Fastidious' channel in there. Make sure you go check it out, drop a sub. But you challenged me. So Fastidious challenged me last time because my gear sucked, and that was true. That was that was the right thing. And he pretty much challenged me for 21 days not to farm anything else, just go and do only gear rate 3 21. And I pretty much, I could say 95% of my multi-battles and of my stamina all went into gear rate 321. I obviously did when there was the fusion stuff and whatever. I pretty much did a little bit of that. But apart from that, I've only been spamming this one. So I guess this is a good comparison to see what I think I did 3,000 to 5,000 runs. Okay. So it's going to be a good way to see, I guess, what that does to an account. And I guess the way that we're going to do it, since Fastidious is my account, I'm going to let him lead this one because he's going to look at the gear. He's going to look at, like, you know, what other heroes I pulled and what he thinks could be pushed now with the new gear that I acquired. So if you want to take the reins.
Sure. Yeah. So you said you did 3,000 to 5,000 runs. It's a pretty huge range, but whether it's 3,000 or 5,000, that's really good. Obviously we still have our free privilege card that they gave us around, when was that? The spring event right before Easter. So with the privilege card active, even if you just did 3,000 runs, we should be seeing 30 new ancients. So at least, right? So that's pretty dang cool. You sent me these pictures you took from our previous video. They're two handsome guys. Yeah. This is what your Infernal Roar looked like. So this was, I suppose, the rings, the amulets, and the bangles. So you can see you had 4 total Infernal Roar ancients. Pretty cool. Before we even look, I kind of want to check have you been ascending gear? I'm curious what this looks like.
I think I did the 2 or 3 pieces.
Okay, like, but that's good. I mean, you still have 489. You have 23 bullions. That's amazing. They had like about 4 or 5 months ago, they like tanked the bullion drop rates, and then they brought them back up like a month ago. So you started doing this at the right time. Should we just look?
Yes. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look. Let's just start. Let's look at just your Infernal Roar and your Soulbound Arcana. Yeah. All right. Pretty great start, right? So I think you already got, I think you just had, let's actually just compare. So this is the bangles here. All right. So you had 1, now you're up to 4. Is that right? Two. You got 2 more there, but that's already really good, right? Because they're guaranteed to be either attack bonus main stat or crit damage main stat. Let's check the bangles. You had none. I'd love to see like 3 here. You got 2, and you got a Soulbound Arcana, which is awesome. And then let's check the rings. 3. I think you were somewhere around there before as well. Let me pull this back up. Okay, so that you stagnated, but hey, it takes a lot of bites at the apple. But I'm assuming we're going to just see a lot of gear.
You're on the bangle. Sorry, you're on the bangle. Now just go back to the ring.
Oh wow, yeah, the ring. Excuse me. Wow. Okay, crazy. You got 4 more. That's amazing. And you got to look at all this. I mean, we don't have the pictures to compare, but this is a ton of Soulbound Arcana. That's unfortunate, but that's what spirits are for, and bullions. This is looking really good.
There should be the Soulbound pictures as well. Like, I took all of that as well.
Wow, look at that. That's insane. So I feel you didn't doubt me, but in case some viewers doubted me, if you just take the time, only 3 weeks. I mean, you had 4 total here and 4 of the other ones. And now you went to, holy crap, you had freaking 9 rings, 1 amulet, and 4. So we're talking 14 Soulbound Arcana pieces from 4. So 10 new pieces in 3 weeks. So yeah, it sucks. People want to use their diamonds for farming, but if you don't do that, and you still had a few thousand diamonds, you can get a lot done. And then you had 4 here, and now you're up to, that's just crazy. And then including the one Silas's ring. So this is 8, 10, 13. So you got 13 and 14, and you were at 4 and 4. So you got 19 new pieces of the best gear sets in the game. Let's actually look. Did you get any perfect pieces? So for me, there's 2 kinds of perfect pieces: attack bonus main stat, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, obviously, and then either flat attack or rage regen. So, okay, amazing. You have this crazy piece on Valderon. not the greatest rolls in the world, but actually the number one stat you want to roll is the crit damage. Everything else, though it's blue, is just blue. Like it's nearly purple. That piece is like borderline endgame that will last with you for a really, really long time. None there. We got another one here. Holy crap. This piece is really good. So you could make, can I gear your Silas really fast just to show how crazy a build we could make? So I mean, we combine that. Now let's look over here at Silas. We can look for crit damage. Let's do a little look like this. Anything? Okay, so off the bat, lose some attack speed there, but like not even doing the left side. Look at this. Infernal Roar on day 100. Attack through the roof, crit damage through the roof. We'd have to work on the left bit, but that's a pretty step in a pretty major direction. This Silas could be, slaying 322 already. I know you didn't do the right side here, but now I just want to complete the build. Sorry to take the time.
No, that's totally okay. It's like, and I've not been forging everything yet because I was trying to mostly focus on doing this. So we do, we have a look at it together. We can see what the improvement looks like. Yeah. I did forge some, and then also depends on, I guess it depends on the, what's it called? My cell. Or the auto sell thing. I think I'm using Slate's late game, not the end game one.
Yeah, sure.
I can use for like selling the crap stuff. I just kept a few pieces. Maybe it had like good main stats and crit rate plus something else. But then 2 other bad ones. I think I'm at the point maybe I should change it and just must have the three good substats. Like I'm not sure. I haven't checked if you have one of those sell files in one of your videos. If you do, I'm gonna ask for the link and I'm gonna put it in the description of this one so people can have the sell file for endgame stuff because I'm creeping up there.
Yeah. So I'd say you're probably just about the time where you could be using my like later endgame code, and then I have like my personal code, which is like the actual endgame code. I wouldn't use that one yet. But the gear looks really good. I mean, look at this build we put on Silas. So 95% plus crit rate, which nowadays is kind of what I use for content. If you can get 100, that's cool, but 95 is going to be, it depends on the, as long as it's not a singular burst hero, someone like a Virna, I think 95 is awesome. So 15.5K attack on a Silas, 1.2K speed is plenty, 1.1, 1.0 is better, but this is plenty. And then, really nice crit damage. And then also some rage regen. So is this an end game build? No, but is this like a really good late game build? For sure. So this Silas could tear Semra, Apoc Tomb in half. Obviously, I'm sure you're already getting 50K for Guild Boss 1.
I am actually doing that. You can even check. I think my best build, like in between, was Valdoron. Not sure if you
I moved a couple pieces off of him,
Yeah, he was just about the best one, but I did a key because I recorded a video. You can check the key damage. It's still the impressive stuff that happened there was all thanks to my lucky, as you like to call it, my lucky pull, which was Twyla. Like Twyla's insane. I just love her, and I actually pulled 2 of her that weekend for
it's actually funny. Right before we filmed the last video, you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pull for Twyla," and I'm like, "You're definitely gonna get her," and of course, you got her A1
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like this. It's like they both took me to pity. Obviously, was extremely lucky that I got her. The rare summons just took me to, the pity, whatever, hit her. And then for divines, I had to pull 15. And on the last divine that I had, I actually got her. I'm like, you know what? I would have loved to have a hot set as well, but I'll take a Twyla A1. I'm not going to complain about that.
No, this is great. I mean, the gear looks really good. It's definitely like a huge step in a new direction. Right now you can get 50K with this account. I would say it'd be sweaty, but you can get it.
I thought I did it already, but I did it last week. I'm doing 50K. It's the team that we discussed last time with just 2 supports, just Diao-chan and Elowen. That's all I'm using for supports.
Okay. No,
I just blasted fast, and then that's it.
Yeah, just because in the best records it said 42K, but
really?
Maybe
that's so weird. I made a video on it.
No, I'm sure you can. I mean, this account's crazy now. I mean, look at this piece here. Crit damage main set's awesome for Guild Boss 1. At least 1 piece you can do. So depending on the hero, like Twyla, you can always do 2. You got the Rage and any attack speed, huge attack bonus roll. I mean, you got a lot of pieces that are going to carry you basically up until the very hard part of the end game. So this is going to take you the whole way. So it's quite the glow up. I don't know if there's anything you wanted me to take a look at, but I mean, it's kind of like, for me, this is completely proving the point I was hoping you were going to prove, which is, was it fun to farm Gear A3 21 for 3 weeks? No, right?
No, but you know what it was fun? It was fun getting more pieces so I can start building more heroes with these amazing pieces. And I'll just have some broken sets, some random stuff. It's so much fun when you have leftover gear of Fracture that you maybe were using on main builds. Like my Astrid, for example, was constantly using a Fracture build because I did not have a better build to afford to use on her. Now I can afford to get some Infernal Roars, I can afford to get some Soulbounds, and it definitely is a massive step up. Like I've seen it, honestly. I've seen with this new gear, because I obviously started leveling up some of it and putting on people, but I saw just the pushes I could do. I saw that I could push higher in the arena, I saw that I could push higher in Titanic Ruins. I'm at 42,000 on Drake's Chasm for Nightmare 4. I'm not quite there for a best. Maybe that's something we can look at. You can tell me like
that was what I was talking about with the 50K. So you can get 50K on Nightmare 4 for sure.
Yeah, I can get it. I just need to, re-gear all the team for that specifically now.
Yeah, but like this Twyla build, right? Like, I mean, 336% crit damage, slightly slow, so we'd work on the left side a little bit, but 23K. I mean, this Twyla with that Silas build, like, I don't know, you got Eloin. I don't know what your Infernal healers look like. Yeah, you got Aelin, and like you can probably maybe even get 120K in Semra. Definitely you can get 80. I don't know where you're at now, but like with this gear, maybe you need to lean a little further into left side, but at level 79 on a free-to-play account, obviously a lucky free-to-play account, but like you're going to get 80. And I think like within like 1, 2, 3 weeks, you could be getting 120K. And I mean, that's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, let's look at the team just quickly then. Because like I remember last time we were talking about who would I put as a team, because I think I still have the whole team available. It was just a discussion of who's the infernal damage dealer that we use, So that's the team that I used, right? That was the team that I used before. But now let's see. We would go with obviously Silas as a damage dealer. I don't have any Piercer Lord. I know I used Valdoran, you suggest, as one of the damage dealers. The issue that I noticed was the fact that the way that I have my cleanser, right? If I want to use Eloin as the cleanser, I cannot afford to bring 2 platform damage dealers. That's my issue. The way that or maybe I'm missing a placement for Eloin, but I'm obviously going to need a Lucius or a Lyra to be able to take down the Aegis mode. So that's when I'm like, okay, who do you bring if you're using just Eloin as the cleanser, or instead of Eloin bringing the Somi, that opens up more things then.
Yeah, I'd probably do something like this. I think would already be enough. Pretty heavy in support. You could also potentially take out Dasami depending on how much you need the cleansing and how good an Eloin build you can get. The problem I'm seeing, it was just something I was looking for that I couldn't find. Obviously, it hurts that you don't have like a Yovar or an Araka and you don't have Hex.
Exactly.
But I mean, let's just look at your nightmares. Oh yeah. So yeah, what I was gonna say is like once you get in it, that'd be pretty cool. But you can run Volca for now, assuming she's skilled. She is. So yeah, I think already you kind of have,
amazing.
You already have the makings here. Do you have you don't have the monkey or Kagiri?
No, I don't have either of them. That's where it becomes a little bit tricky. That's where Twyla came in clutch for me, because without Twyla, honestly, the damage just not there. It's like, yes, Silas was doing good.
Especially if you can do like what we just did. If you do that for 2 weeks in Gear Raid 1 now, so you get the left side gear to match. Or I gotta say, you had so much forge materials, a couple lucky Wicked Vengeance drops. Twyla can nearly be soloing all the damage up through 120K. So I mean, 8,300, that really shows how much you farmed. You got 3K here. Like for perspective, I'm only just at like nearly 10K on each, and I've been saving for a while. So you've been farming really hard. I would honestly do it for a video. You're a content creator, but I would forge all of the left side gear immediately, because it just takes one. Yeah. They don't even need to be good. You only have 2 hammers. That's unfortunate, but like the new codex should come.
I've been using them a little bit on some of the perfect pieces with either having attack as the fourth one or with HP bonus, because I know HP bonus can be kind of clutch for survivability. It's kind of needed for.
But yeah, it just takes like one good Wicked Vengeance piece with like perfect or near perfect stats, one good breastplate, and like the next thing you know, you've got like an amazing hero on your hands. Silas up to 120K is completely fine without a Lord. So I think really this would be quite good. You said you had some deploy issues. I mean, let's count your ground units. You can use 3, 4, or 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should work perfect, completely perfect. And then if you were having
the question was with that one, do I take the Aegis mod down without the Lyra or Lucius? That was my issue.
Yeah. I mean, you would just have to smash through it. That's kind of where the extra healing comes in. If you needed more healing, you could do, it sucks that you don't have Pharisee, like that will hurt you for sure. So that probably will get in the way a bit, but yeah, probably actually we do need Lyra. That's a really good point. So you don't have Lucius, right?
No, that's what I do have Lucius.
I probably would run Lyra because actually I take that back. I would run Lucius, put him in the Shadow Gaze, let him have at it. You'll have to work on the timings, but yeah, I think this is what you'd have to do. There's a potential you can take.
One person's not going to be covered. That's the thing. In that way, because I tried this exact team, one of the platform units is not going to be covered by the cleanse for Elowen with the poisons. That's the issue with this exact
with 4
team.
ground units. Yeah, it should be. Or you're saying
with the platforms. The platforms. If you look at the platforms, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 that Elowen can cover. I didn't find a way where she can cover.
If the DPS looks good, you could take out Salazar and bring in Dasami.
This one, okay.
The pulls on this account are completely outrageous, dude. I'm going to be honest. But
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you could do like this. It depends on how good the DPS is looking. It's just going to be like how heavily can you lean into these two? Answer probably very heavily. I don't have time to honestly do the puzzle of how to place them, but you should.
No, that's okay.
It could be Aelin messing up your placement with Elowen, but for a lot of comps, Elowen can cleanse. I guess I'll just
honestly, one of the people that surprised with the damage that he did that I did not expect was Lucius. Like the damage he brings, even though I don't have him fully skilled up, I don't remember the content. He was the Styx boss. He was on par with my maxed out bonded Silas on damage. I'm like, okay, Lucius.
Yeah, Lucius is especially with Diao Chan, so you don't have to worry because you don't have to worry about timing out his inspiration with like Dolores' ult. But yeah, Elowen's ult is bigger. Did you not know that?
So hear me out. This is because I never had Elowen. I only got Elowen on my main account just before I quit. And I did not know. I know that her range is like that. I did not know that. Or I forgot. I noticed that she increases the range. So that means she cleanses that whole range.
Yeah. So like this should 1000% work. To be fair, like I didn't know about Elowen's bigger range for first couple months I played too until I got her. Or until I used her in first takeover. Crazy. But yeah, you can see you've got the only issue here with this Elowen placement is you only cover 3 melee slots. But you could also just move. You could switch her and Aelin. There's a lot of stuff you can play with. But you have the heroes. It's really like how much DPS can we get out of Twyla? She's A1, so the answer is a ton, honestly.
A lot.
So between Valoron's fully skilled, I'm assuming, right? So
yes.
Yeah, like if you go Elowen here, Aelin here, you have every spot covered except Aelin's not covering this spot. So maybe you could hide Torador in here. So you'll need I don't know how good your tank gear is. That could be a hang up, but if it's pretty good, he won't need her. And then it's just going to come down to some tricky Diao Chan placement, but you don't have that many DPSers, right? So there's a lot of stuff you could do. Like here you'd be covering, right? You could get like dupe. You could get everybody in kind of thing. I mean, this is pretty... Yeah. I mean, so you could do like this, and then you could do here. And then with this Diao Chan, you also have that spot covered. So if you ended up not needing Dasami, you could put Salazar there and get a lot of bleeds. I think there's a lot of stuff you could do on this account. I can guarantee you, like we could like first try an 80K. I think you have a point that 120K, it's going to be sweaty. I think if you put enough time into it, you could get it, especially within a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's like I think that's going to be my next project. Now that we got this, because I was waiting to, show you everything and make a video on this one, show the gear, before I started pushing. I did my 50K first, and then I did that. Now I booked the right thing. Just the damage taken, then I stopped, because I don't need it more. Do you think the ultimate would matter?
Depends where you're getting hung up. I think Aelin's so insanely good. I would want the ultimate max. You definitely don't need this because you use Aelin in long fights. So who cares how long it takes to get the stacks? This skill's useless.
That's why I stopped there. Yeah, the
basic's pretty good, but we can. I mean, the most important I would say is the level 5, the 5 seconds, and then the minus 200 cost. But yeah, it depends on who you have on like your list to do. This is fine with Diao Chan. If you ever need for like some kind of spam content, it's cool to have this max, but you don't really need it. The key thing here is getting this and getting this. It all looks really good. Yeah, but I don't know who your skill priorities are. I would probably do Aelin. I can look around. It depends what content you want to push. But if I was you,
I think the reality is like this. When it comes to the new gear rates, for example, Gear 1, I don't think I can do because I have nobody that does anti-healing.
There's no shot you can do Gear 1.
Exactly. Gear 2, I have no Sadie, no Farsi. I'm not even going to attempt to do Gear 2 22. And the Gear 3 is the only one that maybe I have a chance, but even that, I don't think so. So it's like for the Gear 8s, I'm definitely
Gear
stuck.
3 you cannot do. I don't think.
Yeah.
Did you have like, you would need like an A1 Allura or a Hot Sit. I don't see either of that. Yeah, there's no way you can do Gear 8 3. I think you probably have actually, it would be very sweaty. It would be hours of your life, but I think you might have a shot at Gear 8 2 22. I don't think there's any shot you could do higher, but you do have Aelin for mitigation. You do have Diao for mitigation. Obviously, those don't stack.
No
but
Farsi, though.
Yeah, no Farsi, but you do have Regulus. But yeah, the no Farsi and no Sadie is very tough, especially if you don't have like completely God gear, which obviously you don't. It's not like the drop rates are so good that you need to give a crap. If I was you, I would go in on Aelin because you could get 5K, I think, in Abyss 1.
You know what my issue is? So before I jump into the Abyss, because I want to talk like quickly about that, do you really think it's worth just sweating my ass off to get 22 instead of 21? Because from my point of view, it's not. Without having that key hero for like any of the Gear 8 1, 2, or 3, just to push to get to say I did stage 22, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, until I get the key ones.
We're going to be taking data over the next few weeks on the 22 plus. From what I've seen, it's definitely better. It's definitely not better enough that like it's like a marginal reward for people that are able to clear it. I think people are getting too hung up in the fact that like, oh, it's not fair. Like 24 is so much harder than 21, and it's like 24 is like just like a little cherry on top for the top players as like an accomplishment and marginally improved rates. It's not like the difference between 21 and 19. It's not that dramatic, So 21 is plenty. You're farming really efficiently. I wouldn't lose sleep over it. If I was you. I think Aelin is kind of an awesome choice from what I can tell based on how many people you already have skilled up, because with Aelin, you'll get Abyss 1, 5K, and I think you're going to get at least 80K in Semra. So
the thing is like this with Abyss 1, if we talk about it, I think that's the last thing we're going to jump in, because Gear Dungeons, I still need a few things. But for Abyss 1, I actually tried. I actually threw my team in there, tried to see what I do, and I noticed two things. One, I had to use a friend assist Farsi, because otherwise I got one shot. I just get instantly killed. Or the only other way I could survive, obviously, I could rebuild all the people and give them a ton more HP. But the only way that I barely survived was by using Aelin in a Horn to put her to use her ultimate instantly. Like, he just hits too hard. Without the Farsi, it seems impossible to me. And then secondly, I was stuck on the magic damage.
There's literally no world that exists. I think maybe even if you had, let me check I think even if you had my gear, I don't think you could get just the first magic shield, but I think it'd be next to impossible. You shouldn't even, if I was you, I'd pretend the magic shield doesn't even exist. Your goal is break that first shield and get 5K. That's what you should be doing, So just
spam on the physical damage.
Yeah, no, the fight for you is going to be in a minute and 20 seconds or whatever. That's it. So like if I was you, I would do I'd go like this. I would run Twin Fiend just for the attribute boost. You don't even need to I don't know. Is your Twin Fiend A1? No. So you don't even need to deploy him.
No, I have the stones, but I'm not using it for A1.
I mean, yeah, there's no real need to right now, but he can just give the attribute boost there.
Yeah.
And then you can run Valderon with no faction. And then if you're finding you don't need the attributes, you could run Valderon as a Lord. So you could switch this and just take out Twin Fiend. But probably I'd do this for now. I'd run Salazar for bleeds. And already I think this is starting to look a bit like enough. You bring Silas. And then we just need more healing.
And then Elowen.
I'd bring Vortex, I think, not Elowen. I think you'd need...
Okay.
We don't need Rage Regen, right? You're not spamming ults. So it's really just keeping everyone alive. You want that bigger range. I mean, I'd be pretty shocked. I mean, it depends how much damage you're getting before the first shield and after it goes down before the magic phase. But this should be able to take down the shield, I would think. And certainly this would be able to. So I don't think you should be getting one shot. And by the way, if you have to use a horn on Aelin, use a horn on Aelin. Like, who cares? She just needs that one ult off because she only needs to ult once per each in between shield phase, and you have no shot at the second phase anyway. But 5K is pretty cool. Like,
if I cannot do it like that, one thing that I did is I asked Susie, just can you put Fercy in there as an assist? I could just use Fercy every time.
That's true too, yeah. Because also you don't need to deploy Twin Fiend, right? So you could just like have an extra spot, just take someone's Pharisee. I think that's a great idea. The only thing is it's a little sweaty. You'll get to the point where you're pretty fast at it, but that means every day you have to go here and look for Susie's Pharisee or your friend's Pharisee. But here you go.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. So like, and then you have to do it manually. But to be fair, so this is just a tip for people. It's a really good tip that you have actually. It's like, if you're, just going for 5K, the battle's not long, right? So we don't have time to gear it all out now. But yeah, I'd have to check Aelin's gear. You're actually close to this. You really would want Aelin. You really should max out Aelin's ult. But
yeah, I'll max it out this weekend then. You know what the interesting thing is going to be, and that might be take into consideration pushing it to the next phase. This weekend's banner. We know that this weekend we have the poisons come, and if I'm not mistaken, right, they're all magic damage dealers, so that might be the. Yeah, they might be like the Numera.
If you could get Numera, I mean, we're all getting Vixera for free. Numera will be able to solo with Vixera. Numera should be able to solo or next to solo phase the first magic shield. So that's actually pretty huge. I've got some Vixera Numera content coming out pretty soon. I got 2 videos planned this week, so it's something people can definitely look forward to. Because like, do you need Nastia for Numera to be like the best boss damage deal in the game? Yes, but do you need Is Vixera good enough for her to just be amazing and Numera would instantly be the best character on your account for that? Yeah, that's enough, And Vixera is going to be free.
What?
So.
I'm really excited about Vixera as well because you know what? Why? There's no other epic Lord for Esotericist. I have no Lord for Esotericist.
Yeah, for sure.
I beat stage 14 of Esotericist with no Lord.
No, it's pretty
like
huge.
I don't even have Raiden.
It's the only normal faction that didn't have an ancient exclusive Lord. We've been waiting for a long time, and Vixera's really strong. Like, she hits kind of hard for an epic. She's pretty good, and she has exactly the same buff, acute poisoning, as Nastia. Obviously, Nastia's whole kit is crazy, and she has, how all the legendary lords have like an extra line on their skill. Her extra line is crazy. But the acute poisoning is super duper strong. So like, she's not just a Lord. She's also the only other unit besides Nastia who 98% of us, 99% of us will never get. So pretty cool. Like, she'll still do a lot of damage.
That's a good way that they implement it. I like that they implement this in a smart way. The new meta of poison. It's like, okay, we give you a normal hero Numera, which can be really amazing. We already gave you somebody that's Phelan as an epic that before. But you know what? Here's a free epic. That's a poisoner. That's an epic lord that can go along with your team. So you're not going to be like, oh, if you don't have Nastia, that's useless. I think that's a really smart way that they implemented it, because we were kind of talking before on the collab on your side, how, in general, the things that they do, the way that they implement heroes and the way that they implement new content is always pretty good. Like, some things are missing sometimes, but overall they are actually doing really good. And I think this whole way of implementing now the poison team and the poison meta comp, I think it's a smart win. I take it as a win. Would you agree with that?
I think it's really cool. Like we're gonna Numera on Friday, so I'm just seeing if I can do this. Without changing the gear. Okay. We're going to get Numera on Friday. Like, everyone's guaranteed Vixera. If you're just watching this, it was only just announced right before we started filming, but she's going to be like a shard fusion event. So everyone will get her. Those are not hard. And she's enough to take Vorn and especially Numera to like the next level. So it's like, yeah, it sucks. Obviously we all want, we all want Numera and Nastia, but like most of us won't get that. And if you think, wait, it's going to sound weird to people, but back in my day, like if you had Zealot 2, you just wanted at least Pyros. That's all it takes. It's like, you wish you had Twin Fiend, and eventually Soulkins was cool, but it was like, you wish you had Twin Fiend, but if you just had Pyros, you knew you could get 50k because that was enough to take Zealot to the next level. This is like that, but like on steroids, right? Because it's just like the new stronger power creep a year and a half later. But like, that's how good Vixera is with Numera, and Numera is just still so bonkers. So like, and also like Vixera Numera will be meta for APOC, right? Like meta. I mean, it will be very aggressively usable. Meta would obviously be having Nastia or having a crazy Soul Kittens comp or having a Praetus Ingrid thing, right? But it will work. It's going to work to hit all these low thresholds. So it's something people can be really excited about.
That's good because at least for like stuff like APOC, it's at least there is an answer to what was my issue last time. Kigiri Samukong. It's all you hear, all everybody uses. If you don't have them, you're screwed. So the fact that they're trying to do something different in that area to give a different option is really good. I'm really happy that they're doing it. I was personally really bummed out about the whole like, oh wait, I don't have Kigiri, I don't have Samukong.
There you go.
There's nothing I can do. So it doesn't take it though. If you break, it doesn't go to 5K.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just the proof of concept, right? We didn't move all the gear around and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this would be the idea just before, because once he swaps to this one, it's
now you're done.
Yeah,
but
magic.
I mean, we got to 3K without pushing anything, and we clearly overkilled. So like, very likely we could have used Twilight at the beginning. I don't know what went on with Valderon, but his ult would not come up. So maybe we don't have any rage regen on him. Like I didn't check almost any of these builds. We just threw quick gear on Valderon. And then just these two. But like, I think there's enough here without a doubt in my mind. If we worked on this for 20 minutes, you could get 4K. And then it's like, well, how much more do we need to get 5K? And you just kind of tinker. I think it would come faster than you realize. And
yeah, honestly, that's what I actually did. So the other day on Sunday, I'm like, let me try it. Because like I saw my clients in the face were like, we're trying to discuss, do we push to take down Abyss one or not. I tried it. I got to like 3,500 max, and then that was it. I'm like, okay, I don't have strong enough magic damage dealer to be able to do on the second phase. But I never in my mind did I think that that's a really genius idea that you're saying just blast the first phase, right? Just go ahead, blast with everything with physical damage, ignore the magic damage dealer, just bring all physical ones, and then do the 5K in happy days. Because if you do take down the Abyss one, and you take that chest, it's worth investing 200 diamonds every day. Is that correct?
Sorry?
If you take down Abyss one as a plan, or
even if it's the lowest chest, I mean, I think it's worth the diamonds for sure. A large percentage of the time, you're going to get the diamonds back. The only thing to consider is your clan killing it? Like, is your guild taking it down? If they're not, then I think it's a tougher call. And I wouldn't do it if I was only getting 5K. I'd probably leave that to if you're getting like 22K or higher. But frankly, if you can get even 5K, do yourself a favor and go find a guild where they're killing Abyss 1. Because I think it only takes, I think after, I don't know if you know, they nerfed the amount of blood it takes. But like 200K should kill it, or 300K. It's pretty low. I think it's 200, and I think it used to be 400. So you don't have to be in a crazy guild. If everyone's putting out 5K, that's already 150K. So it just takes a couple good hitters.
Yeah, I'm quite sure I could find myself, if I get to that point, I'm quite sure I can find myself a home. Because I think we're in the same cluster, right? Or like in the same clan? Not the same clan, but same cluster. CLS?
No, I'm
like
in an
CLS
independent guild. But
oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were in that one. But like, yeah, the CLS cluster is big enough, but I'm quite sure I can find myself a home.
Sure.
Just
I know people like have their allegiances sometimes to their guilds, which is cool. But like, if it's the difference between 3 more drops a day from Abyss, like that's a lot.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, give me some more free stuff, because that's pretty much massive boost for the account.
I don't think we have how do you call it? Invig min max for this at all, but there you can see we tanked it. Like they just die there, but like if we had Aelin, I think ready to ult, like you said, I think that could work, or just bring the Pharisee. I just wanted to test how it would work. We can. That's what happened to me. That's what I used when I tried to force, before thinking about the first idea. When I told Susie to put as friend assist, I'm like, let me put Horda and Alien just instantly heal as soon as she's ready. To be fair, I'm assuming I didn't intentionally build any HP, so like this is a terrible build, right? And you really want like 23, 24K at his minimum, if not 25K plus. Terrible. I mean, just for this hard thing. That I made the build, not you. You know, but you just, instead of going for the rage regen and the flat attack, you start hunting for I think I have some pieces. I think that's something that I was proud to get. Yeah. I'm just trying to show HP bonus. That I think it's kind of there. You know, you bring something like a Ymerit, you bring something, you know, Ymerit can go here, you do something like that. I really think if you want, it could be a video. Like we could see if we could do it on your account in like 2 weeks if you want to farm like your raid 1 a little bit more or something. But I think it's way closer than you think. And that's a challenge for me. Like definitely, I totally and really appreciate all the tips. Like especially you gave me the perfect idea of focusing the physical phase. Just do the 5K on that one, and then happy days. And I this is the type of thing that I love with these types of games. The challenge, like give me those challenges, give me that something. But sometimes
So obviously, you get to certain content that you do need some specific key heroes in order to do that. Like, for example, here, if you want to push higher, you definitely need somebody like a Sadie or a Farsi to bring you that extra damage mitigation. For the gear raids, again, you need gear raid 1, simple example, you need anti-healing. So for this one, that's another challenge, I guess, that I'm taking on. From you, I'm going to try and hit 5K. Let me see in the next week. And
yeah, you can let me know. Maybe we can do something if you need help. But yeah, this is the Pharisee thing is they just need to add someone else that has AoE damage reduction. Like, it's basically the only other unit in the entire game is Beelzebub, and he only gives it during his ult and only to cultists. So it's just not enough, Yes. So like, yeah, it's great for Gear Raid 1, but aside from that, it's just like that doesn't work for general content unless we get single target cultists. So it's like it's just Pharisee. Mm-hmm. So like we need an epic Pharisee that like is not as good as Pharisee, but can do it. Something like that. Like if Vortex and Pharisee had a baby, that was worse. We need that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, hopefully they watch this. Hopefully they listen and then just add more of those key units in the game for the future, so more people can try and push for the end game content. But I think this is a really good place to wrap it up. We're gonna end this with asking you: was this the result? Was it good enough or not good enough?
I think you did great.
What do you think?
Yeah, I wish we had a little more time and I could re-gear everyone and really see what we can do. But I think you did a great job, and I think you really proved it. People are like, oh, your account's so endgame. You have so many ancients. Like people say that to me on my free-to-play challenge account, and I'm like, no, I only farm. And it's like, look at you. You got 19 new pieces of the 2 most meta DPS sets in like I think less than 3 weeks. It was like 20 days. Yeah. So like,
so pretty much one a day.
Basically, it's like I get it. We're playing a gotcha game. You want to pull. Cool, but if you want to just pull all the time and use your diamonds on that, you have to accept you can't have everything. You can't get all the good gear and get all the good heroes and rip summons whenever you want. So it's like it's kind of one or the other. If you just put your head down for a month, once you reach the efficient stages and farm, you're going to be pretty shocked by the results. If you did this for another month on the right side, maybe you did like 2 weeks on Gear Raid 3, 2 weeks on Gear Raid 2, and then you did 2 weeks on Gear Raid 1. So you did like 6 weeks total. Mm-hmm. The account would be like everything but the hardest content in the game you'd be done with. Everything.
Yeah, I think that's what I was debating.
There's your challenge. By day 150, you should be able to beat everything except for like the really hard endgame boss content. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I think that was gonna be like my next thing. Okay, do I start pushing a little bit of AMR now as well? I definitely know I need to do Gear Raid 2 because I need some better Invig, or I just do Gear Raid 1. I just ascend Asclepius. I just need to do Gear Raid 2 for the materials.
Yeah, like people sleep on how hard it is to get good Invig, but then also how easy it is because people love to farm Gear Raid 3 to just get some Asclepius to ascend, right? It only takes like 2 or 3 good pieces, and then you finish 2 or 3 sets, and then you feel really good.
Yeah, and then you can stop.
Yeah, they also are going to be changing the main stat thing on the Invig Ancients. Let me just try this one more time. I just want to see what the damage looks like. So yeah, you can. Yeah,
definitely. It's this was 100% like from my point of view, because this is these are the type of things that myself and I'm quite sure lots of people that watch me, and I'm quite sure lots of people watch you as well. These are the type of things that make me still play these types of games. This is what makes me try to keep pushing forward, keep trying to do more damage, keep trying to beat new content. So my next challenge, for example, now was obviously, can I do 5K in Abyss? Like I would be really proud of myself, even though I did get some really good heroes. However, I don't have the Kigiri and Wukong. So on a 3 months and I guess 2 weeks account, if I do Abyss 1, I would be happy. I'm like, okay, that's an interesting challenge. Now, does that mean I'm going to be able to push to 60K Abyss in a year? Hell no. That's definitely going to take me 10 years if I do, or maybe, less. Just, again, it's going to come, I think, down to the pulls. Like, slowly, once you get, like you mentioned, to the high stage of the end game, it does come down to, okay, how's your luck? Like when you get your gear there, when you get your artifacts there, it comes down to the fact that do you have the right heroes and do you have the right awakenings? And I think that's the reality of gacha games, right? Like not people, from my point of view, people are free to play should not expect to be on par with people that are like, Kraken spenders. Like, and I hear it sometimes. Like that's not the reality, because like if they are on par, what's a Kraken gonna do? Why would they spend how's the game gonna make money? It's
I really don't get it. Like, I started covering Raid, and people are always like, I have some friends that are like Krakens, they pull so much. And then people are like, oh, these people are disgusting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, these people allow you to play the game exactly how you want to play it. Like, I think it's such a greedy and like strange psychological disconnect to be like, I want to play it for free. I want to get everything I want. I want it to be easy, but I also want it to be challenging and blah, blah, blah. But I don't want anyone to spend money to be better than me. And it's like, how could all that happen? And why would the game still exist? Like, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah. I think first season Vig actually counts as well. Because I think Susie has.
That's why I'm putting it on. I figured that out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But does Vortex have it big? No, he doesn't.
No.
I'm just trying to see. Why, I do. A couple things are hurting you. So sorry. I've been doing this while you were talking. Your Aylin not being skilled. It's taking way too long for her ult to come up. Honestly, your Diao Chan, if she could just get one more skill up in the ult, then I could be timing this out already with Twyla instead of waiting. So it's harder.
If you want to do the skill up for Diao Chan,
it's okay. We can do it another time. But like, it's slowing us down. Your Valderon, I need to just rebuild. That's just because I built him so quickly. He just needs more rage regen. But everything else looks pretty good. I'm gonna wait till I'm not gonna pick up Fairseat until right now. Once Aylin's ready, that's how I'm gonna time this out. But she needs to be ulting. That stun phase is so annoying. Okay, hopefully the Salazar skilled. No. Okay, so we're missing out there. But a couple things could change. We could put Aylin in the horn. We could get that switch faster. So we get those bleeds out. But you can see Valderon's close, but he's still not ready, which is unfortunate.
Oh, you mean I
just made a mistake. I just ulted. So now he's doing magic damage instead of physical. That was stupid. But yeah, basically I was seeing if we could bring Twyla around. We nearly can. So let's save Valderon for the end here. For the vulnerability part. It's actually nice that this is taking so long. This actually kind of worked out great for us. But yeah, just the Twyla's taking too long. But let's wait. I want to get the burst right now. Boom. Let's get some bleeds up. So let's see if we can get at least a nice chunk higher. Yeah, so if we had just built the Twyla better, we'd already be at 4K, right? We're still going to nearly get 4K. All right, so,
that's where the 10 damage comes in. Interesting.
So yeah, like if I had retuned a couple things, like I would have been able to ult with Twyla way earlier if Diao Chan was ready. If we put the horn on Aylin, we could have gotten Salazar out earlier. I would say within 5 tries, we would be well over 4K. Getting to the 5K might take a little more gear, might take a little tweaks. I think within a week, we could get you to 5K for sure.
Okay, that's my new challenge then. In a week, by not this weekend, but because this weekend's my birthday and stuff, but by next
Happy
weekend. Thank you. But by next weekend, my channel is going to be coming back with a video with 5K best.
Yeah. And if you can't do it, let me know, and maybe we can do it together. Because
if I can not do it, then definitely. Because that's the thing. Because I've been gone for a bit, and it's not as easy for me to test out the best with an account that I have. Yeah, right. Sure. So I don't have experience in stuff like this. So it's like I don't have the knowledge about it.
I'm not 100% sure what it does. I've done a ton of Abyss takeovers now. So it's like get those couple skill ups. Also, we really didn't gear anyone. I just threw gear on Silas at the beginning to check out your gear. I nearly just blindly quick equipped here. There's a lot of little tinkering we could do. I with it right now, if we had the time, we could already be getting like 42, 43. And then with some tinkering, optimizing, 5K is in your very near future. So really good job. Keep grinding and we'll be in touch like always.
Yeah, that's why I'm pushing even faction trials for a reason, not just to get that legendary card, which, spoiler alert, I got a freaking Calypso from. I'm pushing it because I know how important, and people should know this, how important those extra stats from the Pantheon are.
Yeah.
So push your faction trials, get them to high stages, farm that, and keep going. But all in all, I guess this is kind of like the reality and the things that, to be clear for people, what you get for farming for like 3 weeks, if you really just start spamming gear rate 321, you can get a massive improvement in gear. Obviously, there's going to be a ton of forging that can be done. And then secondly, it shows you the reality of obviously having some heroes for me, but so much more content opens up once you have a lot better gear.
Yeah. This is the final thing is people are always saying, like, because I make a lot of epic only content, people are like, but your gear's so good. It's not that hard to get geared that good. Like, obviously getting super end game, but like within a month, like if you want, you can get good gear, and like you need to stop making excuses. And if you're like, well, I can't even beat 321, then farm 319 instead of for a month and a half. It's going to be the same thing. It's just less efficient. And then you're going to have the gear to get 321. So it's just like people just, you can't have, unless you want to spend money, you can't pull all the time and get all the good gear. You're going to going to have to pick moments.
Exactly.
I had almost 2 months in my account before they ever had, when AMR only went to 18, where all I did was farm AMR because I wanted every artifact ever maxed. And like, it sucked. It wasn't fun, but it paid off, right? I skyrocketed. So just stuff like that. And I just want to say, everyone look forward to it. Odd One will have a video within 2 or 3 days pulling all this because you have to do that. So do that.
Yes, I'll have to do it and see like how many good pieces I'm going to get there. But yeah, I think this is definitely a good place to wrap it up. Thank you, Fastidious, for joining me. I really appreciate it again. Thank you for doing that challenge, for giving me that challenge, because it definitely paid off, right? And it's, from my point of view, it's definitely good enough as well. It's so much easier to have so many more pieces. So yeah, thank you again. Anything you want to say on the way out?
No, thanks for having me. Great job. This account's crazy. Like the pulls are insane. So keep, give the account the love give the account the love it deserves. Like this account's crazy.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you did enjoy this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, go subscribe to Fastidious as well. Link in the description, pin comment. And yeah, gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.
Hell hath no fury like a mother's